Welcome to the Royale Express podcast, a place of music, travel, and the expansion of knowledge. Hello, welcome to the Royale Express. This is Unosipho Mkhize coming to you from KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. Welcome. This is our first show, first time here. Not necessarily the first completely podcast show, but it is the first of the Royale Express. If you've been on my Podbeam ever before, which I highly doubt, you will know that I've been doing this since 2018. I started in 2018 and continued in 2019. And then, of course, we all know what happened in 2020. And it was kind of difficult to put together content for my podcast specifically, and then which I then moved on to collaborate with a friend rather to do something called the Lockdown Chats with Nos and Mbuyi. Those were very successful. We did 2 series during lockdown, but those were mainly on YouTube. They were done through videos on Zoom, on the Zoom platform, which we were pretty happy about, and we were happy to be doing something together because also, as you may have gone through the exact same trauma as everyone during lockdown, it really did help to work with someone else and be on someone else's shoulder rather to continue the work and continue moving on. So that is what happened, and so that's the content that we were doing during lockdown of 2020. So if you want to catch up on any of the lockdown chats, there's the first season that's on my own platform, Dance Life Africa on YouTube, and then the second season then moved over to Mbuyi's platform, which is my friend Mbuyiselo Vilagazi, who has his own company also called Enable South Africa. So on YouTube you can find the second series on Enable South Africa. That's how we shared the platform and our content, where we were able to put it on both our platforms without actually opening an official YouTube channel. Because we knew that after lockdown, we'd all individually be going forward with our own projects and work and utilizing the experience that we had to then move on to do our own work and refocus our energy on our own careers, which right now, as you already know, this is the Royale Express. I revamped my old podcast, which was the Nos Royale Diaries, and I have turned this not to be one random podcast every now and then, once a week or once a month, but I'm actually gonna work at delivering podcasts each and every single day. This was inspired by the experience that I've recently had on radio, whereby I was asked at the beginning of 2021 to be a radio presenter. And it was not the first time, actually. This is something that I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to be on radio, and I had been on radio previously in community radio stations, reading traffic, new weather updates, and business as well, and been contributing on various radio shows for other radio presenters, which I was happy about, to grow in the industry and get to learn what happens. But at the beginning of 2021, I got to learn firsthand how to be a radio presenter, and sat at a desk and worked the machine, worked the computers, learned the system, and we were like, okay, I can do this, be the technician and the presenter at the same time, work the machines and work the voice and work the mind, and just that multitasking environment, which is absolutely great. And then also I did the content, digital content rather. Yeah, I just twisted those 2 words accidentally. And that was pretty great. And I learned a lot from that experience, which is why I was like, you know what? I can revamp my podcast and I can do this all over again. And all the lessons that I've learned from those experiences are now going to be jam-packed into this show, the daily show of the Royale Express. Now, why the Royale Express? Honestly, I'll tell you the honest truth. I had a friend who was just throwing the word express around. Express, makeup express, dashing express. And I like that. I really, really did like that. And I was like, I'm going to take this name and I'm going to use it for mine, because I don't want this to be a personal podcast about Nos Royale or Nosipom Kize. I just want it to be about KwaZulu-Natal. I want it to be about South Africa. I want it to be about the people and the brands. So getting into the details of why Royale Express, why coming back to podcasting, and why am I doing this? What is the purpose of this podcast itself? And to be quite honest, this is for people, mainly females, as I am a female, and of course I can speak predominantly to females who have issues with their identity, identifying who they are in society, who they are in the world, and what is their purpose in general, and also specifically just for them, their own personalities and characters. You know, I find that women, we have such protective layers on us. We're like onions that we constantly need to be peeled again and again and again before we find and connect with our true core selves. And this is what this podcast is all about. I've gone through an extreme journey of finding myself, not only during lockdown. I know most people did take the time during lockdown to actually, you know what, let me go deep inside myself and let me figure out who I am and what am I doing here and what is this world all about? How does this world actually work? But this is something that I've been doing since 10 years ago, I believe. Almost 8 to 10 years ago, where I started really questioning things around me, and I was in my very, very early 20s, probably 19 turning 20, and 21 and 22. As you know, it was a long process, and you know how life is like. And I started questioning a lot of things around me, and I started questioning myself as well, who I was and what was I doing here? Who are these friends that I have? What is this career that I'm building? What is this thing really all about? And the moment I started asking those questions, the world started to reveal itself, and certain things started to manifest themselves. And I was like, all right, the universe is at work here. Let us go with the flow, and quit my job, moved back home, started my own organization, my own community projects, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is my calling. I'm following my calling. I'm following who I truly am. And I was dancing, by the way. Before that, I was in the corporate. I was a personal assistant. I was a marketing assistant. I was in the corporate boardrooms, you know, and I was working with creatives, but the artists were going to the studio to rehearse for shows, and I was going up to boardrooms to discuss and coordinate and market strategies for shows that other artists were rehearsing, and I was contracting artists as well for certain projects, and I really felt like I was out of place. I wanted to be on the other side, so I was happy to be able to move back home and pursue my career as an artist, as a creative, and also take the administrative skills that I did acquire during my years of working in the arts corporate and actually develop my own company eventually, which I then registered as DLA years down the line. And in those years and in that process, I went through a lot of things, ups and downs, trying to figure out who I am, trying to follow my dreams, do what I want, follow my passion, and regardless of the backlash and negativities, people's fears and insecurities bombarding down my own life, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna give up. This is still what I want to do. I want to be true to myself. I'm not going to be anybody else. Even though it became very difficult for me to be myself, I'm still going to be myself. And so over the years, ups and downs, challenges, mistakes, and picking myself up again, I was like, all right, now I know who I am. I know who I am now. You know, 2020 was probably the final punch. And 2021, I was like, whew, all right. New year, now we all starting afresh. And I want to start as my true self, doing what I do best, being true to who I am, and regardless of the society or the environment that I'm in, I'm just gonna flourish as I am. And then I started having conversations also with friends and strangers as well, and things that I would post, and I'd have various feedbacks from blogs or just putting up statuses on my WhatsApp and so forth, and really some interesting insights that a lot of people have been struggling with who they truly are, especially me myself, coming from a township background and being exposed to the greater world around me, but still coming back home to be part of the community. I realized that there were other people that were feeling out of place, that felt like they were different, they were unique, they were called to do something else besides what they've conformed to doing. And I find that me being myself, I'm able to inspire others to challenge the status quo and challenge their own being and existence of, okay, who am I and how do I want to be perceived? Here's someone who's just doing whatever they want. I wish I could do whatever I want. And I do find that to be a great inspiration, no matter the feedback that some people be like, no, you need to do this, you need to be that. I think in 2020 and moving into 2021, we should really be past that stage where we're condemning anyone for doing anything that is true to them, because really we're starting on a clean slate. Everyone is starting on a clean slate. We should all have the freedom to start on a clean slate and be like, you know what, another pandemic could come at any time. At any point in any time, another pandemic could come along and we could be in another level 5 lockdown at any point, or maybe level 10, God forbid. But it is that moment where you say, let me just live life. Let me live. Let me be. Let me explore the things that I've wanted to explore. Let me challenge my mind and challenge myself and become what I've always wanted to be and to become. Because, am I really the person that I want to be today? Is this the life that I really want to live right now? And so this is what this podcast is about. We're exploring that. We're looking into various possibilities that one could ponder about, and mostly this is catered for people in KwaZulu-Natal. Hence, most of the content will be about what's happening in and around KwaZulu-Natal. We're going to be reading books. We're going to be exploring various information and knowledge, expanding our knowledge. We're going to go into deep conversations. We'll be doing interviews as well, and we'll be exploring the continent. Not the continent necessarily. I mean, okay, we can explore the continent, but I mostly want to explore the province with tourism as well, because traveling does open your mind. Traveling does release certain enzymes in your body, and your mind sort of expands on its own just by observing and exposing yourself to comforts that are not of your own and environments that you're not familiar to. And we'll be having conversations around that as well, the impacts that travel has, even just a short lift down the coast of KwaZulu-Natal. There's so much that you can discover, and even if you don't go to the places yourself physically because of any limitations or constraints, but you can still open your mind and find out what is happening in other places, and really delve deep into not just what you see normally on media or just an advert or things that are superficial. I want to go deep into real conversations, real hardcore conversations about what's going on around KwaZulu-Natal and what people are going through, so that people can grow and become what they are called to become here on this earth. So on that note, I would like to play for you one of my favorite songs, which I will be using as the theme for the rest of these podcasts, because also it's a song that is titled Oceans, actually. And since we are on the coastal line of KwaZulu-Natal, I find this to be a very appropriate song to make it our theme. It's very emotional, it's very moving, and if you just listen to to the lyrics as well, you will understand why, and you will be impacted by the words that are shared here. This is a song that is produced by Renegade Plug of Muso Records, and this is a record label that you should be acknowledging and that you should know because their music is so beautiful. So right now, let's listen to Oceans, which is featuring Lutando, Josefa, and Venus Morning Star.
Close your eyes and feel it. Ooh, I wanna make you feel it.
How do you? Some other nigga that owes you out. Granted losing health to can't survive and hold your breath. Don't be stressing, my nigga. You want to figure out what's next. 2 shots bang, I paper make a nigga lose his breath. I must confess, this life thing is a fire contest. How do I digest for the time before with hatred? 2 shots down for mom's rum. Now my mind runs, step on gun, Forrest Gump, Now my mind runs, step on gun, Forrest Gump, Brody just lost his gram. I'm thinking, damn, one day will be 1K, one day will be okay. Killing it like OJ, oh yeah. Back again with the raps, with my mind still intact.
Back and feel it. Close your eyes and feel it. Ooh, I wanna make you feel it. Feel it, feel it. Sit back and breathe in. Close your eyes and feel it. Ooh, I wanna make you feel it.
It's Venus Morning Star, feeling impeccable. If you talk irrelevant, then I'm after you. After you, I'll make a scene going after whoever after me. Most friends are actors, only show love, but benefits is what they're after. Hurt was the master, you know what the saying says. Student to a master, I fought fire with fire. Now they say I've changed, switched up on different lanes, but I refuse to neglect myself. Modernized, slick Rick slaves, posing picture perfect, but can't break out of these chains. It's all for the fame, it's all that they crave. They go me insane, they dig in their grave, living with nothing to gain. Through the paper and pen, I wanna mend any soul that's stuck in the labyrinth of lacking in the confidence till they competent in accomplishing their dominance. Up until words through the esophagus, positive.
Sit back and feel it. Close your eyes and feel it. Ooh, I wanna make you feel it. Feel it, feel it. Sit back and breathe in. Close your eyes and feel it. Ooh, I wanna make you feel it. Don't you feel it? Do you feel me? 'Cause I feel you.
I wanna make you feel it. I wanna make you feel it. I wanna make you feel it. Damn, I love this song. The song is so beautiful, so moving, so powerful. I love the tune. I love the energy. I love the words that are spoken. People want to be heard. People want to be noticed. People want to be respected. People want to be loved, and people want true love. None of that fake love. None of that fake friendship. We want realness. We want realness. And during this time of the year 2021, it is about being real and true to yourself. It's about you making real friends, gathering the right people around you, making sure you say no to what you need to say no to, and saying yes to what you need to say yes to, because it's all about you right now. You need to grow, you need to expand, you need to explode that wonderful spirit that is within you. So look out for more beautiful, wonderful, inspirational, moving music that will be coming from Musa Records, the producer Renegade Plug, because I love the work that he does. He just, he speaks of volume, and all the artists that he works with, they speak volume. It's not just bubblegum music. It's not just for the vibe, the trends, and the commercial industry. It's really about delving deep into the soul and what really matters in life. And so that is just my energy for this Royale Express podcast experience. I want you to follow on Podbean, on Spotify, on iTunes, and we got a little Instagram account going on there. And I want you to really find everything that you need here. And it's not only going to be audios and images and videos, but we're also going to be blogging as well. So do check out those blogs. At the moment, it's nosroyale.wordpress.com, but it shall be Royale Express very soon. So do keep following. I'll be coming in with more articles, concrete information to build up from what I have just shared with you now of what is the purpose of the Royale Express and where am I coming from? Why am I doing this? What is the real purpose? And what do I want from this? I want to help people, and I want to help people who are looking to be helped, at least to start with an inspiration, add that spark of thought and revelation and be like, all right, let me think about this some more. And I'll be sharing also some more information that could help you in which directions to go and delving into those conversations with some interesting people that we shall be having on the show. And also we'll be interviewing artists and musicians that are doing amazing things and speaking about really important issues that we need to know and have conversations about right here. So every single day, watch out for a new podcast coming out. Just 20 minutes or so, nothing too long. If we have interviews, it could go on until an hour, but it won't be too short. It won't be too long. It will just be sweet, just like me. Yeah, that's me, short and sweet. So thank you so much for joining this first show. This is Unosipho Mkhize on the Royale Express. Do enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your time, and make sure to smell the roses and appreciate every single breath of every single day. Ciao, ciao for now. Later then. This was the Royale Express. Thank you for joining me.